mornings by Anantha. And I'd want to understand, we have here Priyanka, Suba, Nina, Vishakha, Neha, Tanvi, and the alternative initiative, Isha. All right, so I know Priyanka has attended this before. Anybody else who's been repeating this masterclass with us? Or is this the first time you're joining us? If you could just unmute yourself and answer me, or just put it on the chat box so that I'll be able to understand. Hi, Nirmala. Okay, great. Vishakha's first time. Nina, first time. Warm welcome to all of you all. Okay, Suba's also his first time. Great. Tanvi's first time as well. Great. Neha's first time as well. Good, good. Great, good to see you all. We have Amarjot as well. Warm welcome to all of you all. If you all can switch on your cameras, it'll be more than, we'll be more than happy to look at your pretty faces. Otherwise, we'll get started. So Sumit, will you just take to the next slide? So me and Sumit will be hosting you today. Both of us are co-founders of Anantha, and our other co-founders might join in. They're a little occupied with some work. Otherwise, they might be here in some time. So here's a little promo of what we at Anantha desire to do and are intending to do every single day. So by the time everyone joins in, let's take just 1 minute review of this video. Yeah, you can play that, Sumit.
I am Anantha. I am abundance unlimited.
Does anyone want to tell me what is it that was going on in the screen? Those sentences, what is it that you can understand from it? So we'll be dealing with what these statements are in our life. In a few slides, we'll see what those statements are and how they can help us improvise our life. All right. So we welcome you to exploring how you can manifest anything in your life. And that is where the whole magic begins, because everything which we have manifested till date, all of us sitting here together also is a manifestation of this pretty very moment. So whatever is happening has happened and will happen in our life. The moment we understand that we take the ownership of it, we are responsible for it, everything changes. Because if we have done all this while, it can be good, it can be not so good, it could be whatever it is. If you have manifested all this, the possibility of you manifesting whatever you want is open to you. So can you please change the slides on me? So let me introduce you to our co-founders here. There's first one from left to right. There's Sunmeet, then there's Dr. Vinita, then there's Ashi, and there's me. I think Vinita is also here. Vinita, would you quickly say hi to everyone?
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, so she's Dr. Vinita, and she's our co-founder. And yes, all of us are here. And can we go to the next slide? And Anantha is our brainchild, and we all met when we all were trying to work on ourselves And we thought that it was such a mind-boggling thing what we were learning every single day. And every single day was a new discovery. It still is. We are still learning. Although we are trying to impart a little bit of what we've learned, we all are also trying to learn every single day. And it's a journey. It's a beautiful journey. And why Anantha was made is so that all of us can become a part of this journey and walk towards the same path together. Meanwhile, I would also want you all to write on the chat box, where did you find out about us? So that we can come to know from where all you all found us, and we'll be glad to know that. Okay. So what is the intention of us at Anantha? It is to bring happiness to millions of people by making them realize their potential in becoming the creator of their own reality. If this statement sounded a little intriguing, then I tell you, like we started in the first slide, everything which we have manifested till now has been our own manifestation, and whatever we will manifest is going to be our manifestations. If we are the creator of our reality, and we have been creating our reality till today, we also have this capacity to create whatever reality we wish to have in our life, right? So this is our intention, to make this very solid in your head and in your reality, that whatever you want, you can bring into your reality. You are the creator of your reality. Slowly and steadily, we move there every single day by working on ourselves every single day. A small time of the day, but every single day. Next slide, please. Okay, so Nina came through Sunmeet, Sanvi is from Leap Club. Welcome, welcome you all. Okay, now what is self-image? Now, is there anyone who wants to answer this for me? Like, what is self-image? Idea of self-image for you all? Anyone who wants to unmute and talk? More than welcome. Vishakha is here also through Sunmeet, ma'am. Okay. Anyone? All right.
Self-image
Yes.
is our aura,
Mm-hmm.
the aura that we carry around, and how others perceive, and first and foremost, how we perceive ourselves.
Yeah.
What we perceive ourselves, we radiate. And as we radiate, people form in their minds, the image that we are radiating.
Great, great. All right. Madhura has written what I think of myself. Correct, correct. Now I'll tell you basically what self-image is. Okay. Self-image can also be referred to as self-concept or self-perception. Okay. It's a mental or emotional picture of ourselves which we make for ourselves. Okay. If we think that this is the only thing which I can do. Okay. These are very small things which we keep saying to ourselves. And many factors are the source from where our self-image gets developed. It can be from others. It can be personal interaction with others. It can be cultural influences. Sorry. It could be societal expectations. It could be internal beliefs. A lot of things come into picture to make our self-image. Okay. Like if I tell, a lot of people consider women as very successful when they are very good at their home as well. So if somebody is not able to give that much amount of time at their home, they'll develop a self-image that I am not good. Although I'm good at work, I am not good because I'm not able to balance. Now, this is not a said rule, but because this has been given to us by society or by our adults or by our family, we have made a self-image of ourselves on others' opinion that we are not good enough. Although you can see there are people with disabilities who hold such strong self-image of themselves that even they do not have limbs, they'll do every possible thing which people with all the limbs, all the facilities are not able to do. We have quadriplegic people who have climbed Mount Everest. We have people without limbs who swim across continents and oceans. It's because their self-image is so strong, they do not think that anything in this planet can deter them. That's something which is self-image. What you think you are capable of, what you think you can deserve, it's self-image. Self-image is something, if I talk about my own personal life, everywhere where I've had a downfall in my life, it's because I held a very negative self-image of myself. I thought this is the only thing which I can, deserve at this point in time. And because I thought my deservability was less, I only attracted to that limit. But when you hold a strong self-image And another thing about self-image, very beautiful thing is, it's not something which is a constant. You can keep developing your self-image. You can keep evolving your self-image. You can keep changing your self-image. As in when you learn about things, as in when you think and understand that a lot of things are not about other people, it's about you. Everything which is coming from somebody else is not about you and about them. You can change the self-image. A lot of things which we think in our life are projections of what we are caring about ourselves and what others are caring about themselves and projecting onto us. A lot of times you'll see parents or elderly people saying that to women, especially, if there's any man around here, pardon me, this example is for women, that you have to be a good homemaker. Okay, it's because they were good homemakers. The expectation for them is set. Whatever you do other than that, that's fine. But this is the epitome. You have to be a good homemaker, then you can do other things. Now, this is a portion of self-image which we draw from them, which is not necessary for you to have. We do not need to excel at everything. If we excel at everything, nothing like that. But if we do not excel at every single thing, that does not change who we are. Okay. So why self-image is important? It's because how you perceive yourself. It's a number of self-impressions that you build up over time. These self-images can be very positive, giving a person confidence in their thoughts and actions, or negative, making a person doubtful of their capabilities and ideas. Negative, we have spoken about negative. And for positive self-image, we have so many examples, from singer Stevie Wonder to Les Brown, all the people who've made very big in their life. These people, somebody was blind and he was able to, like we talk about Beethoven. Beethoven could not hear, he could not see, but he has the best melodies. Stevie Brown, the kind of disability he had, but he is such a wonderful musician. Talk about Les Brown. He was not allowed inside a good school, but the kind of person he has made of himself, it's because these people had such strong self-image of themselves that nothing could deter them from having what they have in their life right now. Whereas there can be people having everything, but because we tend to make our self-image so small that sometimes whatever we deserve, we do not even go for that, thinking that it might not be for us. It's for people who are different from us. But all of us, everybody who's living and breathing in this planet, has got the same capabilities. We just have to tap onto our self-image and think that this is what we deserve. The moment you understand that this is what I deserve, and you leave out the things which you don't want, you're only going towards the things which you want and you deserve. Okay. We'll work through it every single day in the coming month of MMA. So if it sounds a lot, pardon me. And anytime anyone has any doubt, please raise your hand and I'll be able to, we can have a quick conversation and take that out. So far, good. Anyone has any questions? Okay. All right. Next slide, please. Now, how does the self-image affect us and why should we work on this? And this is a very good question. Now, self-image has a lot of things. Self-esteem and confidence, what we have, is related to self-image. If you think, now having this, you've seen, if I talk about a couple of years down the line, I used to feel that I've always been chubbier. I've always been on the heavy side of the weighing scale, I would say. I would not call myself fat, but on the heavy side of the weighing scale. For a long period in time, I always thought that I was heavy. I did not feel beautiful about myself. That worked around with my self-esteem. That worked around with my confidence. The moment I shifted it, it changed. Self-image is something which can work with your self-esteem and confidence. Self-image is something which is very closely associated with mental health. So if you hold a good self-image of yourself, your mental health is going to be very good because you can handle things very well and you do not take everything on yourself. This is not happening because of me. Anytime people are in good or bad relation or any relationship which is not working for them, they think that it is because of them. It's because you hold an image inside yourself. That helps you, that actually blocks you mentally to not move ahead. So self-image is also related to mental health. How do you hold your interpersonal relationships? That's also very closely related to self-image. The way you let other person behave with you, it's because what kind of a self-image do you hold for yourself? Many a times, we will not allow somebody who's of a lower cadre to speak to you in a different way. But if it comes from a boss or somebody who's of a higher cadre, you'll take it. Because you think your self-image is higher than the one who's working for you but is lower from the person who is working, for whom you are working. But it's actually your image you're holding. It has to be common, that this is how people speak to me, coming from anywhere. So it's about interpersonal relationships as well. It starts from family till anywhere. We are talking to each other, although we are meeting for the first time. Resilience. Now, people who have very strong, good mental image about themselves or self-image about themselves, they're very resilient because they know that they can handle things. They are so self-empowered that they don't feel scared of things coming in front. There's this guy, I don't remember his complete name, but he is Nick, some Russian guy. He does not have both the limbs. He no legs and no arms, and he's a good swimmer. And he has a good, beautiful family with 4 children and a wife. He's a motivational speaker. His name is Nick. I don't know the pronunciation of his surname, but it's some Russian guy. But if you look at him, he's got such a positive, he's so resilient. People think, like, I am trying to learn swimming for quite some time. With both my legs and hands, I keep, drowning in the pool. I'm still not able to, I'm learning, I'm getting better. But I look at him and I see that guy has no limbs and he is a swimmer and he swam across oceans. So they are very resilient because they know that nothing can deter them. Their self-image is so strong that they don't think that this is something which can stop them from swimming. How do you make decisions in your life? When it comes to making decisions, if you think that you deserve better, you'll make decisions which are in your favor. You'll not make decisions which you can just make do with it. I myself have made many decisions in my life where I just made, just some thing I made so that it's just getting done. It was not in my benefit because my self-image was not very good about me. I thought, fine, whatever it is comes to me, it's fine. I did not have a set standard for me. And that has brought me to a place where I saw how the ground level feels like. But that's fine. I kept changing onto my self-image. And here I am. Although I'm trying to take my stand, but I know I'm far better from where I used to be. So self-image is something which can keep on changing. And it is you who help others understand how to treat you, what kind of decisions you make, what kind of language do you accept, what kind of behavior do you accept from people. That is your self-image. Physical health, again, coming to physical health. Some people think that they're fat, they cannot do these things. For every such person, you will see another example of somebody in another corner of the world doing the same activity which you think you're not able to do. So your physical image, now your career and academic success. Some people think that, oh, I'll tell you, a lot of times people say that I'm not from my family, nobody was from math background, or I belong to a business family, I'm not good at studies. No, that's not the case. You can belong to any background. So people tend to see their image of themselves that I belong to a business background, I might not be good at studies. People who belong to very service class background, they think they cannot do business. It's a self-image which they have built of themselves. There's nothing, no correlation absolutely in between all these things. Now, happiness and life satisfaction. How do you feel happy? If you have a good self-image of yourself, you'll work for the things which you think you deserve, and you will get those things. At least you'll not settle for things which might not be of the things you expect for yourself. So a lot of your happiness also depends on how you see your self-image to be, how you see yourself to be. If you see yourself very well, if somebody says a certain thing which does not align with you or you don't feel is very respectful, you'll not take it. You'll not feel bad about it. In fact, you'll know where to draw a boundary. Drawing boundaries also comes when you have a good self-image of yourself, because you'll not take it in. But if somebody's self-concept or self-image is a little low, they'll take it in and they'll go into self-doubt, because then the boundary is not there. So it's very necessary for us to hold a very good self-image of ourselves. So I hope all these points did clarify these 2 questions, that how self-image affects us and why should we work on it? Because our whole life path depends on how we think of ourselves, right? I think there was a picture which used to rotate in social media a few days back, wherein a puppy is there and he's looking at mirror, and in that mirror, he's imagining himself as a lion. That is a very good example of what self-image is. You could be anything, but how you see yourself, you'll behave that way. The minute you start behaving as who you are, that is who you become. That is how powerful self-image is. And that is what we are going to do the entire month in Anantha at MMA. Can you go to the next slide, please, Sunmi? So what we're going to do in the mornings, now here comes the fun part. So we are going to do savers. Savers is something, a technique which was developed by Hal Elrod. He's an American author, and he met with an accident. His life went on to shacks. And then he rebuilt himself, and he found these 6 pillars which actually helped him rebuild his life. So what was savers? It's an acronym for silence, affirmations, visualizations, exercise, reading, and scripting. Okay. What silence does is it decreases your stress and anxiety while increasing happiness and focus. I think we'll deal with it in the slides which will come forward. So if you could just take. Yeah, Nick Vujicic. Correct, Priyanka. I don't know how to pronounce his surname. Right. So what is silence to us? Okay. Now, I'll tell you a personal thing about myself. There were times when I could not sit with myself. There were times when I could not sit and have food with myself. And then I realized when you can't sit with yourself, when you can't have food with yourself, the whole pressure of making your surrounding work goes on the other person. It could be a family, it could be a friend, it could be a colleague, it could be a spouse. We have to get used to silence, not being around with people, and yet be comfortable with ourselves. That comes when you sit with yourself in silence. How does silence come into life? When you sit with yourself, when you meditate, when you pray, all these things, when you're silent, you're cutting yourself outside from the outside world. And when you get comfortable with this silence, everything in life falls into place. A lot of things which you think about yourself come to you when you sit silently with yourself. Anytime you have a small flick or something with anybody, sit with yourself in silence and just listen to what's going on in your mind, and it will tell you the statements which are going on in your mind, the stories which are going on in your mind. Slowly through meditation, slowly through prayer, slowly through sitting and chanting things or other things, whatever helps for you. A lot of things we can do around silence. But it is cutting yourself out from the external world and sitting with yourself. 5 minutes of silence can actually change your life, but it has to be very consistent. When you sit with yourself, observe your breath, see where in your body you're feeling something. A lot of time, when you're angry, you'll feel where in your body you're feeling angry. But what happens is we don't go inside and sit with ourselves. What we do is we write down, or we send texts, or we shout, or we call, we speak to our friends. But what we need to do is we want to sit with ourselves and see where in our body is it happening. How is it happening? What is the story my mind is trying to tell you? This totally, so your reaction will become a response when we sit with yourself, when you be in silent, when you meditate with yourself. The reactions are going to change into response, which are not only going to save you, but your interpersonal relationships as well, and a lot. This is the importance of silence, okay, which we are going to do every single day at Anantha. Okay, next slide, please. Now, when we showed that slide of Anantha, there were a lot of affirmations going on. I am strong, I am rich, I am positive, I'm abundant. Now, what is this? Like, what is there on the screen? Positive vibes only. I'm confident. You can do anything. You're strong. You're enough. You're awesome. Many times, if you see, you've heard people saying women are not good drivers. Okay. Now, this is an affirmation. If you hear it quite a time, even when you'll be driving, you'll feel that women are not good drivers and you'll feel underconfident while driving. But if you have heard, if you are from a family where people have always supported you to drive and they've never said that, then that can get balanced. What are the statements which you have listened? Affirmations, people think affirmations are only positive affirmations, like whatever is there on the screen, or when it was going on in the Anantha video. These are all positive affirmations, which we do very intentionally at Anantha. But there are a lot of affirmations in small statements which happen in every day in our life, which become our life statements, which we need to remove from our life. I'm not good enough, or I'm not very good with sales, or I can't speak in public. I can't sing. I'm not a good dancer. All these are affirmations. I'm not a good cook. All these are affirmations. I'm not good with money management. I was one person who used to say that. I've seen a lot of women say, I'm not good with handling my money. That's why I give my money to my brother, father, husband, XYZ, my lawyer, anybody. Because this statement, when you say, I'm not good with managing my money, it's a very personal statement which you're saying to yourself repeatedly. And that becomes the reality of your life. What are the statements which you want to become to be the reality of your life? You have to adapt them. And what are the statements which you do not want to be the reality of your life, or which have been sinking you down? You have to hold them and very intentionally remove away from it. Very intentionally, you have to cut off from those statements. It's not a process which happens in a day's time, but I can tell from my own personal experience, it does happen. You can flip the statements. I'm not very good with math. Oh, art, I can't do art. All these things are affirmations. Oh, I'm a very clumsy person. This is an affirmation. Anything. I'm very lazy. This is an affirmation. So anything which you say is not good for you and your body. You have to be very mindful when you speak things about yourself. All these things are affirmations, right? So we'll be practicing positive affirmations every single day. Now, scripting. Okay. So now, I personally believe that whenever you script something or write something and bring it, it's a way of you bringing that thing into the physical realm. Okay. One example which I quote every single time is, although I've given birth to my daughter, right? I held her in my womb for 9 months. Everybody knows that she's my daughter, but until and unless I have a birth certificate of hers, there's nothing in this world which can prove that she's my daughter. A legal proof is that. That is the importance of something which is scripted. That's the importance of something which, because anything which you write has a physical life to it. Even if it's something which is not in the existence, which you can't see with your bare eyes at this point in time. But when you write that, when you script that out, even the movies, the best of the movies you've seen, Oceans, the series, or Titanic, these movies were first written. Then they came into form. That's the importance of scripting. You can change your script. You can beautify your script. You can write what you want. That's the importance of scripting. And we are going to script about our positive lives every single day, about a positive self-image every single day. And that's how every single day we'll work for 1 hour, which Sumit will be taking you forward to understand how we are going to take. But it's a very important part of what we do at Anantha in the 5 M's. So I think over to you, Sumit. I'll mute myself.
Thank you, Sonal. All right. So after scripting, what do? Our mind thinks in pictures. So it is important to cement your thoughts into your brain with the help of some visual imagery. And that we do with visualization. So after doing exercises of affirmations and scripting, then we go on to visualizing those things. And that brings you a step closer to the goals, which is why things like vision boards are very, very popular tools for law of attraction. So because you're putting everything that you want in pictures. So this is what we do. We imagine whatever we have scripted, whatever we have affirmed, and every day it is different. Though we do savers every day, but every day there's a different a subtopic or a sub-theme that we do in the complete theme of the month. So in September, the theme is self-image, but every day we'll be doing small subtopics of that theme, and the affirmations would be different. The scripting exercises would be different, and the resulting visualization will be different. So, so much of self-work, inner work on a daily basis. And by the end of the month, you feel so empowered and you feel, like everything is really in your control. So we work subtly on the mindset on a daily basis, and visualization is a very, very important part of it. Then to raise our vibration and to bring us into the vortex of manifestation, there are many ways to do it, and one of them is by moving your body. So you do that by dancing, you do that by yoga, you do that by pranayam. So there are different ways you can move your body. And again, we try to do a different exercise on a daily basis, or at least on a weekly basis. So 1 week we'll do Zumba, 1 week we'll do pranayam, 1 week we do yoga. So different things we keep thinking, which go with the theme of that week or that month, and accordingly the vibes raise, and then when you're asking for something, it comes faster to you. And you feel so happy because of this 1 hour I spend in the morning. I feel so, so happy. Before I come to this slide, just want to mention today morning, my husband had an appointment with a doctor and I just accompanied him and I was there in the waiting room and the doctor called for me. I was just, I mean, I had nothing to do with the doctor. But my husband said, why don't you say hello to my wife? And she called to me and she said, Aapke shakal pe ye noor kaise hai? What is it that you do? Do you meditate every day? And then I told her about my 5 a.m. club. So I said, this is what we do on a daily basis. And I feel so happy. I feel so positive. I feel everything is in my control. And it's just savers that we do every day. And that's it. So then after visualization, we move to reading. So every month there is, as per the theme, there is a book that we select and we read a few pages of that book during the class and few pages are given as homework. So that also gives you more insights into that topic. So in self-image, there will be a book coming, which we announce at the orientation of the batch, which is usually a day prior to the starting. So if the month starts on the 1st, so 30th or 31st evening, we'll be having the orientation. So there's a lot of magic in this inner work, or these 6 activities, silence, which is meditation, then affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, scripting. So these 6 activities we do on a daily basis, so roughly an hour every day. And there's this magic of inner work, daily inner work. You do it consistently and it becomes a part of your routine and it really, really helps you, benefits you. Never will you feel helpless or fearful. Those things just go away because you feel, whatever I write comes true, whatever I think comes true, whatever I visualize comes true. You feel that the power is back in your hands, which at least I don't know about you guys, but I used to never feel that the power is in me. I used to think I'm a victim of fate and, all those things. But it just changed when I started doing this inner work on a daily basis. It's magical and it is experiential. I can't talk about it enough. You have to experience it to see the benefits. Also, be mindful of the fact that it takes time for the results to show. So it's not that you visualize today or you write today and tomorrow you'll see the result. You have to keep at it on a daily basis and you have to be patient. So if you go to a 5-star hotel and you place an order, you tell the cook that this is what you want to eat. Do you ever doubt the process that the food will not come? Does that even happen? You've placed the order. It will happen. It may come in 10 minutes. It may come in 15. It may come in half an hour. So it varies. This is what you're asking for. But it will happen. Just trust the process and keep at it on a daily basis. Be patient, very, very important, and never ever doubt what this is happening, because we've been through it and a lot of people associated with Anantha have been through it, and the results, they speak for themselves. So why 5 a.m.? Why can't we, keep it at the evening time or some other time? Why are we doing this at 5 a.m.? Anybody wants to talk about this? Why 5 a.m.? Why is that time important? If it is auspicious, why is it auspicious? What does Brahma Muhurta mean? Anyone? Any guesses? No guesses? Okay, Sonal, if nobody is telling me, then you only say.
Yeah, Nina is saying Amrit Vela.
Yeah. Nina, that is Amrit Vela. And the reason this time is considered so auspicious, it is named differently in different religions. But the reason it's so important is the Brahma Muhurta is about 1 hour, 48 minutes prior to sunrise. And this is the time when the cosmic energy is very, very high and the noise in the universe is very, very less. And whatever you say, whatever you affirm, whatever you ask for, whatever you desire at this time, and that has to happen with your spine erect. So a lot of people say, "Main to jagi hui thi, bed pe leti hui thi." Not that. Your spine has to be erect. You have to be like sitting. So whether you meditate, whether you script, whatever exercise you do, the spine has to be erect. And if you do that at this time, it is a very powerful time, and you are closer to the source of creation. And that time when you place an order, like, if you go to a hotel and the chef is free and all the tables are empty, you want something, you'll get it within 5 minutes. But if you go at a busy time, the same chef, the same dish might take half an hour. So it's just that things get to you closer and quicker at that time, and it's a very, very magical time for that minute, for that period. And that is the reason a lot of people who are into spirituality, meditations, prayers, they get up at that time. Even in Sikhism, I'm a Sikh, so my grandparents, they always used to wake up by 3:34. They would take their shower, and by 5 they would be doing their part puja. So it's I've always seen that growing up. So it's a very, very important time, and you don't have to, like, for the savers, you don't have to really get ready and all, but at least you have to be up and about, and you have to be sitting, and you have to be doing whatever is done on that particular day. So another thing that is beneficial is you do it in a group, and the group energy makes you manifest all those things faster. So when we do affirmations, when we do scripting, if we are doing it in a group, the group energy and everybody desiring the same thing, everybody working towards the same goal, towards the same energy, that makes your desires come faster to you. And if somebody's praying for somebody who's ill, but if 10 people pray together, then more power goes to that person, because everything after all is energy. So that is why we encourage that instead of watching the recordings later, you get up, you join us at 5, and you do the savers routine with us on a daily basis live. So this is what we do, and this is what Anantha does every day. We do it on weekdays, not on weekends. Weekends, you can sleep till late, be with your family, but weekdays, Monday to Friday, is when we do this. So we are starting this theme of self-image on the 1st of September, and it will be on weekdays, 5 a.m. to 6:15 a.m. If we take into account some Q&A and some extra time per activity. So roughly 6:15 is the time that we say, 5 minutes here or there. Okay, Sonal, this is Sonal is our EFT expert, and that is the workshop we are doing in September. So Sonal will explain more about this.
EFT is, the full form is emotional freedom technique. So I'm a clinical hypnotherapist, and for us, it's one of the modalities which we have learned. And it's working with your energy meridians, your pressure points, and you tap onto it to release the emotional pain which is there, and you fill it with affirmations. So there's a specific technique to it, and you gauge it by understanding what kind of where you are with your problem area and how far you have gone. And basis of that, you repeat things. So EFT has worked very well for a lot of people, especially with past traumas, especially for areas where you're not able to understand things, especially for physical pain and aches. It really works very well. In hypnotherapy, we use it very extensively. So we'll not be doing individual case per se, but I'll help you understand how you can do EFT for yourself on your individual basis. We'll take 2-3 examples and see how we can work through it. And we'll see live example of how we'll take a live example and see how it reduces the things around it. So there are some tapping centers we use. We use a method of tapping and vocal affirmations along with it. And when we do those tappings, the energy meridians, they shift. And that is how it's known as emotional freedom technique, which frees you from the emotional baggage you're carrying and which is causing you all those emotional traumas. So this is what we'll be doing on 24th of September, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And any negative image, self-image, which you've been holding on to yourself, or if there's something which you have which you've been carrying out, which has a specific issue related to it, I think EFT definitely can help you. This is a paid workshop. We'll let you know how much does it cost in the coming slides. And we highly recommend if anybody is interested. And if your friend and family is interested, please let them know and join in, because it's something which you can learn and hold on to for all of your life. It's a very good technique to learn. Thank you.
So while the mornings will be savers, what we do 5 to 6:15 a.m. daily, every Sunday we also have an event planned during September. This is how the Sundays look like. So first Sunday we'll be doing a long meditation. So in the daily MMAs, because we all have office also and we can't give more than 10-15 minutes per activity. So we like doing long meditations on one Sunday of the month. So that is the first Sunday. Then 10 September, we'll be showing you a documentary, and this documentary will be around the theme of self-image and self-esteem. Then 17th September, we'll be doing a free webinar, something like what we're doing now. And then we'll be announcing the theme for October. And on 24th September is the EFT Masterclass, which Sonal will be taking. This is again a paid workshop, and this is over and above the MMA classes. So this is the energy exchange. Every workshop, so this is inclusive of GST. So it is 2222 plus GST, it comes out to 2622. And then the workshop is this much, and the MMA is 3933, again inclusive of GST. If you take 3 months together, then 3 months MMA is 10,500, and 3 months MMA plus 3 workshops. Every month there is one workshop that is planned. So if you take the package, then it is 17,000, and all these prices are inclusive of GST. So anybody, if any one of you wants to join us in the September month, either for the workshop or for MMA or for both, you can get in touch with any of 4 of us on WhatsApp or on the chat here, and we'll help you register. Okay.
And in fact, we have other themes also which have been done, which is self-love, money, relationships, and health. If you all want to tap onto that, we have the recordings available. And we have a lot of testimonials around it. People have found it really helpful. So if you have any queries around that, you definitely should ask us and we'll be able to help you out. Sorry to interrupt. Yes, please carry on.
So that was it for this webinar. If there are any questions, we can take now. So all 4 of us are here. Me, Sonal, Ashi, Vinita. Any questions, you can let us know. We are
And Sunmeet, Ashi and Vinita wants to add anything. Please,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think both of you have covered everything. There is nothing much to add. It would be nice to have all of you as part of our Anantha family.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Vinita.
I think everything has been covered.
Yeah, Ashi?
I said everything has been covered. There's nothing more to add.
Okay.
Anybody has any questions? Anything related to self-image or about MMA in general? And I'd really request if you all can switch on your cameras. We would really like to know how your beautiful faces look. A lot of new people here.
Yeah, if anybody wants to unmute and talk, we can do that as well.
Is there any student? I think we have a few people who were with us before also. Anybody wants to share any of your experiences?
Yeah, I see Jagriti here, Dr. Sonakshi. Deepika.
Actually, yes, yes.
Anybody wants to talk about their experience?
Snehalata is here. Hi, Snehalata. Long time.
Snehalata, we've missed you.
Hi, how are you all?
Very good, very good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I've been traveling a lot, so I couldn't attend all the Anantha's workshop. Next year, probably I'll attend.
Good to
It's
see
been
you.
a long time.
Yeah.
So, how are you all?
Very good, very good.
Yeah.
Sheetal is here. I see Deepa is here. Does anyone has any questions? Then we'll take it. We really explained everything very well. Nobody has any questions. All right.
I just wanted to see all of you. That's why.
Oh, very
Been
nice.
a
Thank you so
long
much. Yes.
Because Anantha has changed a lot in me. I've become more positive. Everything around me has changed actually. I become a more like a Florence Nightingale, helping everybody in the family.
How
So
sweet.
that positive vibe, no positive vibe goes to them also.
Brilliant.
So mother-in-law is
Brilliant.
sick, so I'm traveling to Vellore, coming back. So whenever I go and visit her, she feels that positive vibe coming from me. So she's sick right now. She's around 83.
Oh,
So she's not well. So I've been traveling a lot right now, going to Vellore, coming back. So
Yeah,
that's why I'm not able to attend.
wishing her speedy recovery.
Yeah, hope so.
I think. All right, then in case if you guys have any question, you know where to reach out to us, and we'll be more than happy to answer your questions. And in case your friends and families want to know anything, connect them to us. We have a group where you can ask any queries, and we keep sharing our things there. Join in there. And yeah, that's the end note. And we wish to see you all inside MMA in the month of September, working towards our self-image so that all of us can have more than what we deserve and put ourselves in front like the queens and the kings we already are. I think Rakesh was there. He just dropped out. But yeah, all right. If you all can, I think most of them have dropped down. Otherwise, you could have taken a picture as well.
Yeah, we can take a picture
Yeah.
in case people put on their cameras.
Very welcome, Nina. Can you switch
Thank
on
you,
your
Tina.
Okay. Hi,
Hi,
Vishaka.
Vishaka. So nice to see you.
Yes.
Vishaka was with me at Sai Geeta Ashram, Hyderabad.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Oh, I could see Nina also. She's just off. Okay, let's good to see you all. Let's take a picture here, Sumit. Should I
I'll
take? I'll take.
Okay.
Okay. Smile. All right, I got one. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. It was really thankful from the bottom of our heart that you all took out time on a Sunday evening and joined us. Really, really very grateful. I hope you were able to carry at least 2 cents so that you can work on your self-image. And if more, please join us. And that's about the end note from my end.
Thank you, guys. Have a nice Sunday, and I look forward to interacting with you in September. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.